Congratulations on taking a big step toward better health. I'm looking forward to seeing your transformations and sharing your success. Now, I want to begin this presentation by sharing a story about a friend of mine named Ryan. He was 56 years old, and I say was because Ryan passed away earlier this year. I begin by telling you his story because we all have someone that we've loved and cared about that is gone too soon. And one thing I struggle with about Ryan's death is I feel like I failed him. He was my friend, but as a physician, I feel like I could and should have done more. I have become very close to him over the last few years of his life, and I tried on several occasions to counsel him to lose weight and change his lifestyle, but to no avail. He knew that his bad habits were ruining his health, but he would say, "I don't have the discipline that you have." He told me that he had quit a number of times, only to rebound and go back to his old habits. I know you can't reach everyone, but it's very painful when you have to watch someone you're close to, someone that you love, suffer and die. Ryan was a true friend and a man who loved and cared for others. The one he neglected and cared for the least was himself. His story can be told all too often. We all have loved ones who we care deeply about, and we become frustrated because they don't take better care of themselves. Now, I know that this is a somber way to start a health video, but I've grown tired over the years of watching our loved ones succumbing to conditions they do not have to suffer. So what's your story? Are you tired of not looking and feeling your best? And are you ready to do something about it? Now listen carefully to the information I'm presenting to you today. It can make the difference between life and death. Stick around until the end because I have a special offer for you. Now imagine what it would feel like to take control of your health and life again. To not only feel good, but to feel good about yourself. I will share secrets that has taken me 40 years to learn, and you will get them right away. And once you discover how your body works, you'll be able to, regardless of your age, lose weight consistently without giving up all the foods you love, recover the vitality that you thought was lost due to aging, get a good night's sleep, and wake up feeling refreshed. But most of all, imagine all of the people that you will inspire with your personal transformation. And that's just the beginning. Before I go on, let me share with you a little about myself. I grew up in the South. I was born in Natchez, Mississippi, and we moved to another small town called Shaw, Mississippi, before my mother finally moved us to Kentwood, Louisiana. After graduating from high school, I joined the Air Force, where I served 8 years. Then one day, while I was in the Air Force, I injured my back while working out. I was doing squats. I felt this sharp, excruciating pain, and I knew immediately that it was serious. However, that injury would completely change my life. It served as an introduction to chiropractic care. I was so impressed with the care that I received that I made a career decision to leave the Air Force and become a chiropractor. After graduating from Los Angeles College of Chiropractic, I moved to Phoenix, where I met Kim. We have been married 27 years now and have 6 wonderful children. We've always been a holistic family. In fact, all of our children were born at home, with 3 of them being underwater births. None of them have ever received any medication, vaccinations, or ever seen a pediatrician. I mention this because I wholeheartedly believe in everything that I'm about to share with you. The back injury that I suffered is where my passion for health and wellness began. When I went to the emergency room on base, the attending physician examined me and gave me a poor prognosis for my injury. He told me that I had severely injured my back and I would probably not be able to return to weightlifting. I would very possibly have a bad back from this point forward and may need surgery in the future. That scared me. But that visit presented me with an option that would change my life forever. A friend suggested that I make an appointment with a chiropractor. That was the best advice I could have been given. What I took away from that experience is life offers multiple choices, and we ultimately get to live out the option we choose. I could have lived out the option that the ER physician presented to me, or take the option that my friend suggested. I chose the chiropractic option. and have never looked back. I believe that being unhealthy is an option. Where you are currently may not have been your choice, but I believe that it was your course. My friend Ryan did not choose to die at such an early age, but the choices in his life brought about that outcome. It is sad to see that even in the early stages of life, we are bombarded with unhealthy options. In the United States alone, the food and beverage industry spends nearly $2 billion per year on marketing to youth. The majority of the products marketed to them are unhealthy, high in calories, sugar, fat, sodium, and are far from the recommended daily allowance of healthful diets. The truth is, we seldom think about our health and what our present lifestyle will bring about in the future. We're usually so busy with our day-to-day priorities that we don't have time to work out or even prepare healthy meals. I know the response from many of you. What am I supposed to do? The reason that most people are unhealthy is not because they don't know what to do. Even when they are presented with a plan or a program that could change their life, they hesitate to implement it. So what keeps us from living a fulfilled life of good health and well-being? Newton's first law regarding motion states that every object will remain at rest or in uniform motion in a straight line unless compelled to change its state by the action of an external force. That means that you will continue in the direction that you're going, or you will remain where you are unless or until some outside force interrupts you. Think about that statement for a moment. Most likely, the greatest changes in your life have occurred because of your interaction with someone else or some knowledge you acquired. Over the 30 years that I've been a chiropractor, I've been able to help a lot of people achieve good health. But there's been an equal number that did not accept what I was offering them and suffered dearly. Now let me move on and give you my first tip for achieving the look and feel that you want when it comes to your health. Tip number 1. You're probably not eating enough. Or let me rephrase that. You may not be eating enough of the right foods. Angie, a former patient, came into my office for chiropractic care and mentioned that she was on a very strict diet. I asked her to explain it to me. She says that she was eating 800 calories per day. 800 calories per day. I knew that that was way below her BMR, or basal metabolic rate. Your basal metabolic rate is the minimum number of calories that you need to meet your body's needs. I covered this subject in greater detail in my Formula to Success report that you should have already received. Her weight loss had plateaued and she was starting to feel weak and anxious. She did not know it, but her body was triggering a life-saving emergency response to her low calories. I offered to give her a few recommendations, which she was open to accept. The first thing I did was nearly doubled her daily caloric intake. She said, "I can't eat that much food. I will get fat." I urged her to give it a try for a few days. I gave her a detailed eating plan that included very nutritious, fat-burning foods. The next week she came back for an appointment and was glad to report that she had lost another 5 pounds. She stated that she was having a difficult time eating all of the food that I had recommended. 3 weeks later, she had reached her goal weight. Results like this are typical in the Your Best Shape Now program that I'll be sharing with you in just a bit. Tip number 2, drink more water. It's that important. We can live for several weeks or longer without food, but only a few days, maybe a week, without water. We should prioritize the consumption of water more than any other beverages. It flushes out waste and bacteria and also allows our digestive system to function properly. Various research has shown that staying hydrated can reduce your risk of colon, bladder, and breast cancer as well. When it comes to weight loss, you may not be aware that sometimes you're hungry when you actually are thirsty. So if you're trying to drop a few pounds, staying hydrated can serve as an appetite suppressant and help with weight loss. Tip number 3, know your body. You may not be aware that there are certain times that are optimum for your eating schedule. If you eat too much outside that window, you will get fat. If you don't know what that window is, then you're probably off schedule with your eating. I drafted a diet and workout plan for a friend, and after several weeks, he had not made much progress with losing his belly fat. I was taking him through his workouts, so I knew that that was not the problem, and he assured me that he was strictly following the diet I had outlined. I was perplexed because there was no logical reason why he was not progressing. I questioned him about his eating schedule, and that is where the problem lay. He told me that he did not eat breakfast. He never had. And his first meal was around 1 p.m., and his last meal was at midnight before bedtime. I changed his schedule, which was not easy for him. I instructed him to eat breakfast within the first hour of getting up and have his last meal at least 3 hours before bedtime. The weight began to literally fall off him. I had to increase his calorie intake to slow the progression of his weight loss. When you get the formula right, with the right foods at the right times, your body's fat-burning furnace begins to really heat up. Tip number 4, intermittent fasting. This is similar to what I shared with my friend, but there are a few slight changes. Intermittent fasting is a very popular health and fitness trend. It is being used to lose weight, improve health, and simplify your eating schedule. Intermittent fasting utilizes an eating pattern where you consume your foods within a certain window or cycle. Common methods involve daily 16-hour fasts or fast for 24 hours, twice per week. For example, you may eat all of your food within an 8-hour window, let's say 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Then you would fast from 4 p.m. until 8 a.m. the next morning. Another method involves fasting for 24 hours, once or twice a week. Although there are many ways to do intermittent fasting, there's more research that supports the 16-8 method. It's also the most sustainable and easiest to maintain. One great advantage of this approach is you don't have to restrict what you eat. Just eat within the time allowed. Most people find that they're eating less, and as a result, they're losing weight without tremendous sacrifices. Tip number 5, calculate and track your macronutrients. If you've already followed my advice for any period, you know that I'm adamant about tracking your macros. This is the starting block of a successful program. If you don't track your macros, you'll become frustrated because a proper diet will account for 70% of your progress. It is key to giving you predictable results. Think about macros as a budget for your body. Once you calculate your macros, you know how much you can afford to eat each day as well as each meal in the form of proteins, carbohydrates, and fats. Overeating is like overspending. You need to set guidelines to avoid a calorie surplus or deficit. Every serious athlete tracks his or her macros for optimum performance. It requires a little time and discipline until you get used to it, but once you understand how it works, you'll be rewarded with consistent, predictable results. Now I have a few questions for you. When was the last time you felt really good? Or when was the last time you felt really good about yourself? Could you benefit from a proven diet and exercise program? Are you taking medications that you've been told you'll need to take forever? Are you concerned about the direction that your health is going? Imagine for a moment what it would feel like when you've eliminated dangerous drugs that rob you of your health, when you've broken through fat loss barriers and lost the weight that you've been struggling to lose for years, having relief from heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, and degenerating health. Imagine having reached your weight loss goal, fitting into clothes that you were unable to wear, and looking 10 to 20 years younger. Not only is this possible, but it is happening every day, all over the world, to people just like you. I want to offer you a risk-free opportunity to get in the best shape of your life and enjoy the vitality and freedom of living healthfully. If you're serious about your health and you want to do something about it, you need this program. Your best shape now is not some quick fix or miracle discovery that promises you the world but fails to deliver. I am here to guide you along your journey to good health. But I have to be honest with you, it's not easy. Join the thousands of people from around the world who are making a difference with their health and are experiencing amazing results. Let's talk about what you will learn from your best shape now. You'll be given specific guidelines and the tools you need to guarantee your success. Included with this program are specifically selected bonuses that are targeted to keep you on track. In my Blueprint to Success, I share the facts about how to achieve amazing results without starving yourself and without spending long hours in the gym. You will learn how to get into great shape without giving up many of your favorite foods. Most importantly, you will find out that it is not the foods that you're eating that present with the most problems, but it's your eating schedule and food combinations that you must consider. There are special free bonuses, such as my 7-day fat-burning recipes. This takes the guesswork out of meal planning. You'll be given 7 delicious options for each meal of the day. The meals are easy to prepare and are customized to fit into your overall program. My anti-aging energy boosters. As we age, our fitness and vitality begins to decline. You'll discover specific things that you can do to halt and reverse the premature aging process. You'll enjoy more energy and a renewed spice of life. Boost your libido. You'll be pleased to know that you can turn back the clock and renew the passion and drive that you once had. This report outlines specific steps that you can take to restore your sexual desire and libido. Number 4, healing foods. You'll become aware of some common foods that are not only good for you, but also has healing properties. You will learn which foods accelerate healing as well as which ones to avoid if you're recovering from an illness. Healthy family meals. Good health comes from healthy eating habits. In this ebook, you will learn how to incorporate healthy eating into your family meals. It covers how to make many of your favorites, but with healthier ingredients. Bonus number 6, Quick Start Guide. If you're one of those who don't like to wade through a lot of information just to get the meat, this is the place to start. Here you'll be taken directly to the starting line for your diet and workouts. Did you know that obesity-related health care costs nearly $200 billion a year? By 2050, 1 of every 3 Americans will have diabetes. The food and drug industry is extraordinarily powerful, and they're in the business to make money, not to keep you healthy. A report from the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention states that at least 200,000 deaths each year from cardiovascular disease are preventable. Don't let this happen to you. Don't be a statistic like my friend Ryan. Years ago, the doctor told me that I would not be able to train again, but I was guided by a greater vision of myself. You need a vision of what you want your life to become. You have to push yourself and believe that it is possible. Find your why. Why is it important to you to do this? If you don't do it for yourself, do it for your loved ones and those around you. If I had not sought alternatives when I had health problems, I would not be as healthy as I am today. My physicians believed completely that I would have future health concerns. Many successes have resulted because someone listened to their doctor's prognosis of their health and they said, no, this will not happen to me. But you have to do something about it. Your best shape now is a logical step in the right direction. I still get choked up when I think about my friend Ryan. He was one that I was unable to reach, but I know that there are many out there like you who want to do something about their health and are ready to make it happen. Your best shape now was designed especially for you, and I'm looking forward to your success and sharing your transformations. I have spent many hours of research, studying, revising, and testing this program, and I want to make it available to you at a fair price. Initially, I based it upon what you may already be paying for a personal trainer, doctor's visits, insurance copays, or prescription medications. I thought $297 was fair, since this program would allow you to get rid of some or all of the aforementioned costs. But I can't think of anything more vitally important than making sure that this program is available to everyone. So I've concluded that money is irrelevant if I can't help everyone who needs it. You will not pay $297, $197, or even $97. If you're willing to help me recover the cost of my advertising, web fees, and the staff that has helped me to bring this to you, because I could not have done it without them, I can make this program available to you for only $37 if you act today. Now it's your turn. If you're ready to get in your best shape now and begin this new exciting chapter in your life, act now by clicking the Add to Cart button below this video. Immediately you'll be directed to a secure page that looks like this. After you have completed the information, you'll be given access to the complete Your Best Shape Now program, including the bonuses. You'll be hearing more from me in the next few days because I'll be sending you some videos to help you get started on the right track. Your success with this program is vitally important to me. One thing I forgot to mention, if you're unsure if this program is a fit for you, let me put your mind at ease. You're covered by a no-risk, 100% 60-day money-back guarantee. Get started right now by clicking the Add to Cart button below. You will be the envy of your friends and family when they see you taking back control of your life and your health. Well, our time together has come to an end. Click the Add to Cart button and I will see you on the next video.